To be fair on the fast food rhetoric, it's still pretty fast, and it's still relatively cheap. Anything you can get from a drive-thru is fast. It's pretty quick. Let's just be honest. But I will say, when you go through a drive-thru and your order is for like 1 or 2 meals and it's $30, it's like, I might as well have just went and got something cooked to order. I guess I'm a little out of touch. I haven't been to a fast food in a long time. Like, I don't eat a lot of fast food either, but I know it's expensive. If I went to a fast food joint and got like 2, like let's say I went big ballin', get number 7s. Get 2 of those, it comes out to $30.
Get 2 number 7s.
I'm be hot, bro. I'm be pissed. But to be fair, the whole argument on that was I think fast food's still pretty fast. Yeah. I couldn't be crazy. We should go try it out right after this episode. It's so funny. Give it to a home.
Give it to a homeless. What's up, Mooby? Appreciate you stopping in, man. I had a feeling. I'm like, if I go live, I bet Noob will pop in and say, "Hey, what's up?" In with me. I didn't think it would be I'm only been live for about 60 seconds. But like, I don't know. I had a feeling. I'm like, he's probably up, moving around already. Man. Got hot real quick this morning.
Prime Week, a lot of my items were on sale for Prime Week. My cart was $16 more.
21 once the market started to get shut down. So what I think happened here is
this is a huge problem, dude. Like, and I have firsthand experience, new construction builds and them going up for an inspection, and just the list of problems, or even the inspectors don't catch stuff. It's just like, it is what it is. But
I don't want to talk too much stuff on my current landlord, but I'm paying top dollar. I'm paying $2,500 a month, which is actually a pretty good deal considering the house we have for a 17-year-old, almost 20-year-old air conditioning unit, bro. You just saw that thing outside? We were just outside. That thing's rusty bucket, and I'm paying. The house is nice. Don't get me wrong, but the upstairs doesn't get cold. You have to put a window, like an air AC, an air unit. Window.
Yeah.
Like, for the price, you would think the whole house would get cold. And then it does make sense. The air conditioner is 17 years old. And to be fair, for how old it is, it's not doing too bad of a job, except for it only gets half of the house. It seems to only get the basement cold, as you could tell by our get-ups here.
So before we get into the fast food industry as the canary in the coal mine for much further structural economic problems, there is something more important you need to understand. Fast food locations used to be fun.
No.
Looked like actual huts. Chuck E. Cheese had rodent-themed decor, and McDonald's was full of bright colors, escaped convicts, and nightmare-inducing clowns. That's clearly changed. And now almost any fast food store you go into is the same generic style of nondescript, boxy, modern commercial building.
They all do look like that. It's so weird.
It all looks like it went through an AI prompt.
Yeah.
You know my conspiracy behind that whole thing?
What?
Everything from all the logos to sports logos. Basically all logos, entertainment, which I would argue McDonald's was kind of an entertainment brand. All of them were, really. The Chihuahua from Taco Bell. They're not hiring real Chihuahuas anymore. My point is I feel like the more basic it is, the cheaper it costs, but you'll still pay more. You know, growing up in South Florida, there's one thing I can't stand, and that's bugs. We get a lot of them. That's why today's video is sponsored by Pesty. It's a DIY do-it-yourself pest control kit they send straight to your house. It's kid and pet friendly, isn't that right, Nolly? They have over 100 different kind of bugs you could pick from. Super easy to set up. Go to their site, pick your pest plan. Just type in your location by zip code. Pick out your bugs that you want to eliminate. Pretty simple. Then they send the kit right to your door. And I'm actually been having a lot of fun spraying up the house. They send you the pro kit, the same stuff the pros use. A sprayer, a mixing bag, gloves, and instructions that you can complete in less than 10 minutes. I've been having a lot of fun using it, spraying up the house. And it's nice because right now I'm dealing with spiders. And got a custom solution just for that. Boom, boom, boom. Itsy bitsy spider. Dead. So if you're dealing with any bug issues in your house like I was, go over to pesty.com, get started today. They got plans started at just 35 bucks with a money back guarantee. Okay, they kill up over 100 different types of bugs. You pick your plan. They really are with the truth and the light. Just as good 10% off scanning this QR code here or clicking the link down below, pesty.com. Take care of those bugs. Quite frankly, I'm getting tired of it. Pesty, get there while you can.
On to that, America isn't exactly the most popular kid on the
May as well just be in a perpetual lease cycle
I'm not
for
sure
the
what
rest of your
happened
life.
there. Not sure what
And
happened
in
there.
response to
Signal
this
just
simple
cut out
financial
for,
reality,
no reason,
automakers have
even though I'm in the
responded
middle of the
by
big city.
making their cars more expensive than ever before.
It's told Honda it wants to call off merger talks. That's according to a Reuters source on Thursday.
Honda, Mitsubishi, and Nissan had been in talks to form a joint holding company, but ultimately they could not agree on terms.
For buyers with limited income or credit scores, Jessica Caldwell of Edmonds says more Americans are opting for longer repayment plans.
What a sad cycle, dude.
Well, all it is the car market entering the subscription era. That's really all it is.
Yep.
First of all, people will buy it. They go, hey, they're buying it for 20, they'll buy them for 30.
Yeah.
And the cars they were buying for 40, they'll pay 50 because they're not actually paying for it. They're just going to pay for it monthly. Well, next thing you know, you're just in a constant perpetual state, and it's working.
Well, here's the thing too, is like, okay, it goes back to manufacturing too. Like, I don't think that these companies are producing vehicles for the same amount of money that they were producing vehicles 10, 15 years ago.
No.
I know with the new, everything's chips now and computerized, you know what I mean? It's not just mechanicals anymore. It's
Yeah.
all like tech stuff. So that's going to cost them money in manufacturing to put all this plastic crap in our cars.
Well, cars are computers with cameras.
Yeah.
And most people don't want to drive a beat up used car. I don't want to drive a beat up used car.
But people go into debt to get these cars because maybe you don't even have enough money. Maybe you have to finance a new car because you don't have $2,000 to buy a beater. You're like, I got nothing down. I just got to finance it.
And here's the worst part: $2,000 doesn't even get you a decent beater anymore.
No.
It's like you need $7,000 for a beater, and then most people don't have $7,000, but they could go in and put $2,000 down on a brand new car.
Yep.
That's the catch-22.
Yeah.
That's
and they
where
go,
it's at.
I got a better car and it's going to last me longer, but then they can't keep up with the $600 a month payment plus the full coverage that they have. It's almost $1,000 a month.
And then by the time the car is paid off, since it's so new and complete, you got to get another one.
Yep.
After looking into almost every possible issue with their data, the conclusion was that, nope, the construction industry really had gone backwards, which begs the question, why?
What's crazy about construction is like 10 years ago, your highest paid guy, just say general construction, framers,
Yeah.
you're building houses, right? Some of your highest paid guys are going to be in the 30s, $30 an hour, $35 an hour, say like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, right? And then your general laborers would be sitting at around 15 to probably low 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be like, I make pretty good money. I make 18 an hour. I've been doing this for a couple of years, blah, blah, blah. And then the boss man's making whatever he's making per house to build a subdivision. Nowadays, new guys with little experience are coming in at 23 to 28 an hour. And then your big guys are sitting up at 40, 45, sometimes $50 an hour for guys that actually know what they're doing, because there's a lot of people in construction, but the amount of people that actually know what they're doing and have experience are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And there's gatekeeping. So they're not, these older guys in their 60s are not passing down the same information, or that information handoff that used to go down from generation to generation is not happening like it used to. They're gatekeeping. The rise in costs equals houses built with a lot of mistakes.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
It's got to be done quicker and quicker because your guys cost you a lot of money for not good work.
Because I feel like if I was, let's say I built houses and I was the dude, I feel like you should be able to survive off of building just 3 houses a year at today's prices.
Yes.
But no. It's like we got to build a house every month.
Yeah.
You ever see apartment complexes? They start getting built, all of a sudden it's like that. It's done.
It's done.
It's done. Just like that. It's up. And you're sitting there driving by. Every time you drive by, you know what happens, guys? Every time you drive by her, you go, when the hell did that get put up?
Yeah.
Goldman Sachs is technically now the largest HVAC company in America. The impact of local micro-monopolies was something that the FTC was starting to pay attention to. However, officially, they are no longer looking into this problem. This explains part of the reason why housing has become more expensive. But theoretically, the free market should slowly undermine these profiteering businesses, right?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, even with all of these tactics, the industry is struggling financially because of the productivity problem.
Freaking crazy white ladies. Senior citizens. Mid-shift and closers. Hell yeah. Let's see what we got here. What's the price on this shit? $4.07 a gallon. $4.07 a gallon still. We'll get some of this 4.07 gallon home. I don't even know what's up. It's got to be something wrong with it. 4.07 a gallon. Just everything else is right now. Hell yeah. $4.07 a gallon. Maybe water in there or something. They got it watered down. Watered down. Alright. Car's probably not even gonna work. Yeah, I didn't really get too drunk last night. I was drinking, but you know, it was 4% beers. They were like 8 ounces each or something. I don't know. It basically had like 80 ounces of beer total, and I didn't even drink all of it. Oh, my lighter. There's my lighter. Hey, put some gas in this bitch. It was like $28 for 7 gallons. $28. That's not too bad. $4.07 a gallon though. I had to.
Normal voltage. Waiting connection.
Okay.
Bluetooth connection success.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Redeem this free reward. Got a free reward here. Spend $25, get a free reward. Anyway, there's one of them. Lux value menu. one of those. Well, yeah, just one of them. Well, yeah, just one of them. Check it out. Skip it. And then we're going to drive through it, and we're going to have to go to Google. Come on now. Work with me here. Work with me. I already know it's going to say, uh-oh. And then there's going to be a car that's going to pull up behind me. I already know. It worked. All right, cool. Give them an extra 10 seconds or so. Let the order. It's the order's still kind of like flying through the air right now, trying to get from my phone to their computer. So I'm trying to give it an extra second or so. It should be there about now.
Thank you for choosing Taco Bell. You may order when you're ready.
Hi there, picking up a mobile order for Jimothy.
Oh, yes, at the window, thank you.
Yeah. It's probably, I think, a gordita. I'm thinking a gordita when I think of chalupa. I always thought a chalupa was more like a gordita. I think that's what it is. It's a completely different topic, but yeah. Four concurrent viewers right now. Hell yeah. Look at that Saturday show. But yeah, that Saturday show, man, is pretty good. Last, it took a while to really start getting popping open last night, you know, so I would skip about an hour in if you want to watch it. First hour is probably pretty lame. It's a good one.
April, are you drinking beer for breakfast?
No, I'm not drinking beer. Lucky day.
What is that? It's like a coffee?
Yeah.
Is it?
Thank you, ma'am. You too.
I'll stick to my real coffee.
Black coffee?
Yeah. Today I wanted to make a video. I get a lot of ideas from the comment section of my other videos. And I've still got a lot of people asking about the visas for the Philippines. And not a lot has changed for 2026. It's pretty much the same as it was in 2025. But I'll go over all of it today and the difference. A lot of people want to know information like the tourist visa versus the SRRV retirement visa. And all I've used since I've been here is I've been on the tourist visa the whole time. I did leave. April and I went to Thailand at the beginning of this year, 2026, which restarted my 3-year period. But I'll start with this, or I'll go over the pros and cons of each. Just stick with me to the end, and you'll be the judge of which one that you may be interested in. And there's actually other visas too, and I'll go over each one of them briefly, but they're more uncommon. You can actually get a things, but not many people that I'm aware of get that one because you have to have a job here in the Philippines that kind of sponsor you for your visa. And that one would be very easy. You know, if you have a skill that the Philippines needs, they're going to make it very easy for you. But the most common is going to be the tourist visa and the retirement visa. So stick with me till the end. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Now, it is true that I would say the majority of, I don't know if it's the majority, but some foreigners will stay in the Philippines for decades. In a lot of cases, it's the first and foremost is the most common one that I see. And basically, if you're coming from Europe, America, Canada, Australia, most Western countries, you're going to be given, and other countries as well. You'll have to check to see if your country is one of those, but you're automatically given 30-day free visa. So whenever you come in, like if you're flying from your home country, if it's one of the countries that allow this, like the ones I just stated, it's not complicated. You can do most of the stuff when you get here. The only thing you're going to need is a plane ticket and a passport, and you'll have to do the e-travel for the Philippines, which the website will be linked in the description of this video below. But that's it. And an onward ticket, that's the only other thing. And a lot of times, honestly, they don't even check. It's good to have, just in case they do ask. I've had many people say that they did ask at the airport. Want to see your onward ticket. A lot of people will ask me, like, Joe, do I need a round trip ticket? And the answer is sort of. And I did, and what a lot of people do to save money is you just buy a one-way ticket to the Philippines if you're planning on staying here long term. And when I say long term, if you're planning on staying for a year or even probably 3 or 4 months, you would probably still, you're definitely going to save money doing what I'm about to say. You buy a one-way flight to the Philippines, and then you can go. There's many websites. What I would call a dummy, and the link in the description, or I'll put the link in the description below. But I'm not sponsored by any of these guys. I'm just giving many of them, and basically you just go in there. And what I did, for example, I booked Manila from the United States, from LAX on Philippines Airlines to Manila. But my exit flight, what I had done, because I was going to be here, they automatically give you the 30 days. So what I did was I bought a flight on onwardticket.com for 29 days later. They give you 30 days on arrival, but they may want to ask for how you plan to leave when that 30 days is up. So I bought one a day before my exit date, just to be safe, because of the time change from the United States, it's a 12-hour difference, and at that time I couldn't figure out the dates. So I just went one day early to be on the safe side, and I went to onwardticket.com and I bought a flight from Manila to Vietnam, and I think it was less than $20. And that was it. No one actually asked me to see that flight or that ticket whenever I got here, but I had it just in case they did. And you definitely want to do that to be safe, because if you don't have that, they may not let you enter in on that free visa. So anyway, if you're from one of those Western countries, like I said, United States, Canada, Australia, most countries of Europe, you can just come in. They're going to give you 30 days. You don't spend any money. There's no paperwork. Your passport has to have 6 months of validity left. Like you have to have 6 months left before it expires, and that's it. Proof of an onward ticket. There's no other hoops to jump through. There is the e-travel thing, but that's nothing. They're just asking you what your passport number is, basically, and they'll give you a QR code that you'll need to scan, and you will need that QR code. What I would recommend doing is when they send you the QR code, they'll send it to you via email. What I did was just take a screenshot of that, so it's easier to pull up at the airport, just in case you don't have Wi-Fi. And then you can always get access to your pictures. And then they just scan it, and that's it. They do that with your passport. And very simple. They stamp your passport for 30 days. And if you're planning to stay long term, regardless of which visa that you're choosing, you don't have to do this before you leave your country. Honestly, I would recommend not doing it in your home country. It is easier to do when you get here.
All right.
It's easier to do at the immigration office once you get here. And you're going to have 59 days. If you wanted to do the SRR visa, you're going to have 59 days to get that accomplished, because after your initial free 30 days when you arrive in the Philippines, they're also going to allow you.
How old do you have to be to get that retirement status, though? Because you probably have to be 55 though, still, though, probably, just like to get into one of the 55 plus communities around where I live. I don't know. He never says like an age for how, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should rewatch it or something.
To extend which visa that you're choosing, you don't have to do this before you leave your country. Honestly, I would recommend not doing it in your home country. It is easier to do when you get here. It's easier to do at the immigration office once you get here. And you're going to have 59 days. If you wanted to do the SRR visa, you're going to have 59 days to get that accomplished, because after your initial free 30 days when you arrive in the Philippines, they're also going to allow you to extend that stay for 29 more days. Now that one you will have to pay for, and depending on which immigration office and what city you're in, it could range anywhere from, say, $40 to $60 for that extension, depending on, and it's different in every city at different offices for different reasons. But that's what you're going to look at, regardless of what kind of visa that you're wanting to do. You can do it after you get here. Now, if you're like me and you just want to stay on a tourist visa, to me, that's the easiest one. And because of what I'm about to tell you, at the end of that 29 days, or before that 29 days is up, you can go in there for an extension. If you're in Manila, you can get an extension up to 6 months long, but that's only available in, I think, 2 offices or maybe 3 offices that are in the metropolitan Manila area. Any other city or any other of the provinces in the Philippines, the max you can get is 2 months. And that's what most people do, except for the people that are staying like in BGC. Some of them will go ahead and spring for the 6 months. The 6 months extension, it ranges from 11,000 to about 14,000.
All right. Sorry, I didn't even log on. I'm logging on now, and I'm like kind of still getting up. I woke up at like 9, I think, something around there. It's about 9 o'clock I woke up. I woke up for the last time at 9 o'clock. But anyway, logging in now. I was just trying to wait a little bit, you know, trying to avoid Starbucks orders. 39, holy shit. Holy shit. $13.29 mile. Look at this shit. Probably can't even see it. $13.29 mile. Jesus Christ. Somebody in the villages ordering from a Cinnabon at a gas station just outside of Marion Oaks. And a $4 5 mile. No, thank you. That's 2 rejects already. That's cool. $8 10 mile. They're attacking my acceptance rate. $8.10. It's kind of not so bad, but like it would be a way better order if they would have sent. They could have sent this to somebody that's like actually out in that neighborhood delivering, but they sent it to me just so that I could cancel it, basically. You know what I mean? Wow. Because like I don't know, Marion Oaks neighborhood is big enough. It's like it's almost kind of its own market. Sometimes people order food that's like not anywhere in there. You know what I mean? But they have their own Pizza Hut. They've got their own Domino's. They've got their own McDonald's, Popeyes, Burger King, Wawa. You get a bunch of orders. You can pretty much just hang out right around Marion Oaks. You get a bunch of orders. But then they just sent me an order. They wanted me to go all the way down to the McDonald's that's by Marion Oaks. grab it, and then take it somewhere that's like a half mile away from that restaurant. I'm like, why not give it to somebody that's like actually over there? I don't know. I think I might be I might be too far up the street or something. I need to go farther down the street. But I need to get a drink too, sort of, if I do that. Taco Bell. You're gonna do it? You're gonna do it? I was wondering if you were gonna do it. I did a really good job parking. Yeah, I guess he tried. Alright. Well, hell. I appreciate y'all hanging out, stopping in for a minute. Yeah, I do want to get this quest done, man. I really do. I'm halfway. It's Sunday, so I pretty much I've got till 4 a.m. tonight. Got till 4 a.m. tonight. I can get as much I gotta go to work from like 2:30 to 8:30 basically. But then once I get out of there, I could clock back in. I could probably, that's after, that Sunday night shift. It can be really, really popping. It could be busier than the Saturday and Friday nights, the Sunday night sometimes, because there's more drivers on Saturdays and Fridays and Saturdays. I feel like, whereas Sunday there's more people that they got to get ready for work the next day. So you could still be out there Sunday like till like 2 a.m. running orders and stuff. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I maybe can get like 3. I'll get like 3 before I go. I mean, that's still like another 4 hours. Still got to clock in. So hopefully I get like 3. And then only have to do 7 after work. But yeah, if I can hit that goal, that's what I'm really trying to do, hit that quest goal. It's an extra $40, which that would basically equal free gas somewhere one of these days. One of the days I basically got my gas was taken care of because of Uber, because I made it to the 20 deliveries, or you know what I mean. But yeah. Y'all ever gonna chase them homeless people off? You sleeping right there? No? You just gonna ignore it? Oh, there it is. Oh, no. Well. Damn. Is that just like... But that smoothie place sucked. And then they didn't even give me a $3 tip. Not even a $3 tip. No. Like, it's two orders. Like, I don't know. I love when they send you the same fucking thing again. Like, I didn't hit reject hard enough, I guess. I don't know. The liquor store's closed? That's... What? What? Missing some good money being closed on Sunday. Missing out on... That's probably Easy $1,000 day. Ain't even open. Damn. It must be cool though, being like a business owner, and then you pretty much just run the business by yourself. You don't need like a whole bunch of workers. It must be, you know, like you're making like 1,000 a day instead of 100 a day. That's got to be cool. Alright, this light is taking a second. It's like, looks like somebody hit the crosswalk buttons, but nobody actually did hit the crosswalk buttons. It's weird. So, we got another 20 seconds until the light turns green for our direction. I'm saying that because there's a car behind me, so I'm saying car. Anyway, come on, man. I probably should have took that $5 smoothie, but I don't know. Like, yeah, you gotta remember, dude, they only left a fucking $3 tip. -2, because that's what Uber pays you for your fare. Like, I really wish they would pay you more on mileage on that kind of shit, too. Like, at least the one-way mileage, pay you, you know, if Uber paid you 50 cents a mile as the fare, so it wouldn't be that big a deal if you have to drive an 8 mile, because they're gonna give you $4 anyway. At least the one way to the order. Start moving. What's he doing? 50-cent sodas. How's he selling water for 50 cents? How's he, what is he selling? How's he selling that shit for 50 cents? That's crazy. They might as well just make it the whole $1, because nobody's, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's got change. Like, I don't know. It would be just as easy to sell it for $1, I think, as 50 cents. I don't know. A lot of people don't even have, like, paper cash, you know, either. You know what I mean? Like, that's one thing I was noticing, like, when I was panhandling and stuff. I was like, man, like, imagine the money you could have made, like, back when more people had cash in their pocket, like in the 90s and shit. Did you make it? Hell yeah. Alright, get the fuck out of the way, bro. Yeah, I slept right over there at that Walmart last night. It was funny. I've done it a couple of times now. And one of the workers was going off. It's like worker lady. I guess she's like looked and seen my channel and stuff. I hear her like talking to a forklift driver or something, like telling him about me. It wasn't good stuff, you know. It wasn't nothing pleasant. It was, and she's just like some lady that works there at Walmart. You know, I mean, she works an early AM shift. Like she's got her own little parking spot that's over there on that one side of the building, and she's the only one that parks there until later on in the day. So she's like, she'll see my car there, and then I don't know. But they don't have any signs up that say like no overnight parking, or you know what I mean. Like I'm not the only one that's parked. Usually any night that I go there, I'm not the only one that's there trying to sleep. But I don't know. Check my tire pressure. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It already doesn't look good. I just put air in it about an hour ago. It's cool. But I'm gonna have to put that fucking fix-a-flat in it or some shit.
In Filipino pesos for 6 months, which is that much in USD. And you do save a little bit of money doing that, but most people don't end up staying in Manila. Well, I ain't gonna say most, but probably less than a third stay in Manila. Most people want to travel throughout the Philippines, and there's immigration offices in just about every city, even small cities like Dumaguete. Population of 140,000, they have an immigration office that's very efficient. I've been there many times. They get you in and out of there pretty quickly. And the way they do it here, it's actually a little more convenient. You do have to go back. You don't have to. You can wait on your passport. But what I do is I just go in there to renew every 2 months. They've gotten used to me coming in, so it's, you know, they know me at this point. So it's not a whole lot of hassle. You pay the money. I drop off my passport and come back the next day and pick it up. That's it. And it's very, very simple. And like the last time, I actually, I forgot. I went on a Friday and I was supposed to pick it up Monday, and I didn't make it back there till like Tuesday or Wednesday. It just slipped my mind. They had my passport. But it's no big deal. Nothing to worry about. They're very organized, at least here at the one in Dumaguete. But at the end of that 29 days, you can go renew anywhere in the Philippines for at least 60 days at a time. And that price range is pretty much, I'd say the average is about 4,000 pesos, or just if you're coming from the U.S., just say $60 for every 2 months, around that price. And it's different. It's different in different cities. I've paid as little as $3,200, and I've paid as much as $4,500, because there's a bunch of different options at the immigration office. Like, for instance, if you go...
$4,000 and $4,500. He meant to say pesos. 4,000 pesos and 4,500 pesos. He didn't say that right. But anyway.
If you still have 5 days left before your 29 days is up, you can do like a standard procedure, and it's less money. But if you don't have 5 days left, you have to do expedited, which they have to hurry basically, and it costs a little bit more. And that additional cost is different at different immigration offices. So that's where the flexibility and the cost comes from. A lot of times is just convenience. The faster you want it, the more it's going to cost, basically, like anywhere. But at that same point in 2026, one thing that has changed, they've made the Philippines, so they can keep track of the foreigners that are in the country. They have made it mandatory, if you are going to extend again after that 29-day extension, you have to get a...
Oh. No. I mean, no, I just can't. Why? Why? What is this shit? Oh my god, I might have to, I don't know, man. Like, I can't just stop doing this either, but damn, dude. It's like the gas prices are going up, but the tips aren't, you know what I mean? Like, some of them, I don't know, but even still, it's like, my acceptance rate, I'm all the way down at like 38%. Just because I got a little bit more stubborn on the ones that I am going to take, because, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it's just fucking $10 a liter for gas. $10 for a fucking liter of gas, and then they want to give you, well, that I don't know, man. That was still, man, 13.6 miles for $11.50. That really wasn't going to be worth. I mean, because think that's 27 miles round trip for me to come right back to where I'm at. I'm already at the IHOP basically, so I would have to, I'd have to do 30-mile trip to make $11, 30 cents a mile. Like. That's, I don't know. Uber's got to change this. They got to pay by mileage. Because I mean, if they paid by mileage and then they were actually willing to like adjust it for for fuel, like you could. So as gas goes up, you also get more of a mileage. I don't know, more of a mileage compensation on that. Because you can't just rely on people to tip you. You can't just give your employee $2 and then rely on somebody to tip them so that it makes it worth it for them to go 26 fucking miles. Like, yeah, I don't know. You can't give your employee $2 for something like that, The tip that's their own thing. That happened between them and the customer. You know what I mean? You shouldn't factor that into I don't know. Especially because there's not really supposed to be taxes on tips either, so. Yeah, honestly, I feel like Uber and DoorDash need to pay by mile. They need to pay by mile on this shit. They really do. That way, hopefully their system would be smart enough to not even take orders that are 29 fucking miles, because for them to have to pay fucking $16 to somebody. Get some run rig on to make you feel better. Go to YouTube and type Run Rig Flower of the West. Run Rig. Nah, I'm alright, man. You'll be alright. 1929. Plus, why would I type? I would just hit the microphone button. But anyway, I get what you're saying. Hang on. I get what you're saying. I know it. I know what you're saying. I'm gonna follow it. Hang on. Here we go. $6 13 mile. That's the one I've been waiting for. That's what I'm saying. They're just attacking my acceptance rating. That's all it's gonna be.
Take its heavy toll. Keep spinning out, catfish for the views in the clouds, screaming at the sky.
Look at this. Go all the way up. Go. I'm here on this other side. I'm here in this corner of town. They want me to go through the whole fucking city to the other side of the fucking city to take this order. $17 fucking miles.
Watch the algorithm take its heavy toll. Refresh the page, watch the numbers start to climb. He's running out of breath, he's running out of time. The comments are venom, the feedback is hate. But he's trending now, it's a little too late. Smash that button till your fingers start to bleed. He's the only monster that the platform needs. Lock off the world, sink into the mire. Feed the machine, jump into the fire. Florida swamp monkey is going live tonight. In the pale ghostly glow of the silent muscles.
Park beneath the neon of a local strip mall sign. Seat tilt the back is far enough to see the skyline. Condensation on the glass of fog that hides the world. While the banner of my digital dream starts to get unfurled. I got a tripod on the dash, a ring light on the seat. Living in this metal box, my dead end gravel street. They call me Florida Swamp Monkey, the king of the compact. Making content in the heat with the windows cracked. I'm just 100,000 clicks away from the front door key. From a kitchen and a carpet and a sense of being free. Till that silver button arrives to save my weary soul. I'm building my empire from inside this old Corolla. Yeah, I'm building my empire from inside this old Corolla. Boiling water on a burner by the passenger side door. Checking every comment till my eyes get tired. And swore I talk about the gators and the humidity and the rain, while I wait for the algorithm to kick away the pain. Every like's a brick, every sub is a piece. So good, I'm doing everything they said a monk can never should. My gym is the park scene, my office is the format. But I'm chasing down a future that is bigger than all that. I'm just 100,000 clicks away from a front door key. From a kitchen and a carpet and a sense of being free. Till the silver button arrives to save my weary soul. I'm building my empire from inside this old Corolla. Yeah, I'm building my empire from inside this old Corolla. Sometimes the battery dies and the night gets cold and dark. And I wonder if I'm just a ghost inside a trailer park. But then the screen lights up, and the numbers start to climb. And I know I'm gonna make it out of here in due time. I'm just 100,000 clicks away from a front door key. From a kitchen and a carpet and a sense of being free. Till that save my weary soul. I'm good flying high from inside this old Corolla. Hit that bell, leave a light, help a monkey find his hole. I'm flying the highways
$6 13 mile again. I like to just let it ring. It takes them longer to actually find a driver that way.
Parked beneath the neon of a local strip mall sign, living by the dashboard light and crossing every line. They call me Florida Swamp, my fan, I'm chasing down a dream, recording on a crack screen, and dashboard steady clean. My backseat is a bedroom and the front seat is my throne, testing out the signal to a world I've never known. The air is thick with humidity and the smell of cheap gasoline, but I'm building up an empire that they haven't even seen. 100,000 names upon a digital display. Trade this silver medal for a piece where I could say 100,000 clicks until the key turns in the door. I won't be sleeping in this old Corolla anymore. Just a small monkey rising from the heat and the dust, turning every single like into a home that I can trust. Boiling water on the pavement just to make a cup of tea, checking on the analytics, hoping that they'll set me free. I'm eating canned beans while I'm letting in the night away, praying that the algorithm sends some like my way today. People walking by, they see it inside a tiny car. They don't see the vision or how I travel back this far. From the Everglades to asphalt, I am grinding for the goal, keeping up the spirit even when the nights get damp and cold. 100,000 names upon digital display, to trade this silver medal for a place where I can stay. 100,000 clicks until the key turns in the door. I won't be sleeping in this old Corolla anymore. Just a swan monkey riding from the heat and the dust, turning every single act into a home that I can trust. I see the blueprint in my head when I close my weary eyes. Four walls and a ceiling underneath the floor sky. A kitchen and a garden and a space to call my own. No more wandering the highways, feeling tired and alone. Just keep hitting subscribe and watch the numbers start to climb. I'm trading in my struggle for a little peace of mind. 100,000 names upon a digital display, to trade this silver medal for a place where I can stay. 100,000 clicks until the key turns in the door. I won't be flipping in this old Corolla anymore. Just a small monkey rising from the heat and the dust, turning every single light into a home that I can trust. I'm almost at the finish line. I can see the porch lights shining. Just a few more thousand to go. Swan monkey going home. Going home. Parked beneath the neon of a local strip mall sign, living by the dashboard light and crossing every line. They call me Florida Swamp Monkey and I'm chasing down a dream, recording on a crack screen by the dashboard steady clean. My backseat is a bedroom and the front seat is my throne, testing out the signal to a world I've never known. The air is thick with humidity and the smell of cheap gasoline, but I'm building up an empire that they haven't even seen. 100,000 names upon a digital display, to trade this silver medal for a place where I can stay. 100,000 clicks until the key turns in the door. I won't be sleeping in this old Corolla anymore. Oh, just a small monkey rising from the cup of tea, checking all the analytics, hoping that they'll set me free. I'm eating canned beans while I'm editing the night away, praying that the algorithm sends them up my way today. People walking by to see a man inside a tiny car. They don't see the vision.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Man, y'all gotta learn how to fucking tip. God damn.
He turns in the door. I won't be sleeping in this old Corolla anymore. Just this one monkey rising from the heat and the dust, turning every single light into a home that I can trust. I see the blueprint in my head when I close my weary eyes. Four walls and a ceiling underneath the Florida skies. A kitchen and a garden and a space to call my own. No more wandering the highways, feeling tired and alone. Just keep hitting subscribe and watch the numbers start to climb. I'm trading in my struggle for a little peace of mind. 100,000 names on a digital display. Trade this silver medal for a place where I can stay. 100,000 clicks until the key turns in the door. I won't be sleeping.
Not sure what this car's doing, but I'm gonna go ahead and point the camera at them just in case anything happens. We know what vehicle it was.
I'm almost at the finish line. I can see the bush light shining. There's a few more thousand to go. So I might keep going home, going home. At last, going home.
Not really sure.
Sailors and listen to me of a coin that was forged on the digital scene. It started a jest and it started a meme, but now we are chasing a lunar bound dream. The winds of the internet howl through the mass, while skeptics are saying the boom cannot last. But we hold our wallets with knuckles of white as we sail through the dark of the cryptophile night. Soon may the dogmen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go.
Now they're leaving.
To the moon,
What the hell?
stars above, with the golden coin that we dearly love. Heave away with a shove and a shove, and watch the green candles grow.
I'm not sure what that was
Once
about.
was a dog with a grin on his face, who dreamed of a journey through outermost space. He didn't want gold and he didn't want silk, just a bowl of some water and crackers and milk. The masses they flocked to the son of the hound, from the valleys of earth to the high rising mound. With a bark and a wag and a digital code, we're heavy with cargo on the long dusty road. Soon may the Dogemen come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go to the moon and the stars above, with the golden coin that we dearly love. Heave away with a shove and a shove, and watch the green candles grow. Through the dips and the crashes, we weathered the gale with the spirit of Sheba to fill up our sail. No whale in the ocean could frighten a crew as the price of the copper-hued currency grew. From the forums of old to the high-taker screen, the brightest of sights that the sailors have seen. So keep up your spirits and hold to your stake, for the sake of the fortune. destined to make. Soon may the Ghostman come to bring us sugar, tea, and rum. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go to the moon and the stars above. With the golden coin that we dearly love, heave away with a shove and a shove, and watch the green candles glow. Heave away, me heart sees true. The moon is waiting there for you. With the wow and a bark in the starry blue, we'll take our canes and go.
Hell yeah.
Come all ye bold sailors and listen to me.
The same order, the same $5 7 Mile from the same old people that can only tip $3. It's the same one. The same old people that live in the gate security guard fucking compound.
One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go to the moon and the stars above. With the golden coin that we dearly love, heave away with the shove and the shove, and watch the green candles glow.
There once was a dog with a grin on his face who dreamed of a journey to outermost space.
He didn't want gold and he didn't want silk, just a bowl of some water and crackers and milk.
But the masses they flocked to the sign of the hound, from the valleys of earth to the high rising mountains.
With a bark and a wagon and a digital code, we're
Handy with cargo on the long dusty road.
oh, oh. Soon may the Ghostman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the trading
They're just
is
attacking
done,
like something's right
we'll
today.
take our gains and go to the moon and the stars above. With the golden coin that we dearly love, heave away with the shove and the shove, and watch the green candles grow. Through the dips and the crashes we weathered the gale, in the spirit of Sheba to fill up our sail. No whale in the ocean could frighten the crew, as the price of the copper-hued currency grew.
From the forums of old to the high ticker screen, the brightest of sights that the sailors have seen.
So keep up your spirits and hold to your stake,
For the sake of the fortune we're destined to make.
oh, oh. Soon may the Ghostman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. That day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go to the moon and the stars above. With the golden coin that we dearly love, heave away with a shove and a shove, and watch the green candle grow. Heave away, me heart is true. The moon is waiting there for you, with a wow and a bark and starry blue. We'll take our gains and go.
Thank y'all for tuning in, hanging out.
Come on, you boys.
Just waiting on an order that's actually worth going and doing.
I'll sing our voyage that lasted a year. We set out from harbor with hearts full of pride, with a digital treasure to carry the tide. The winds, they were fickle, the markets were cold, but we traded our silver for Sheba face gold. No anchor could hold us, no storm could delay us. We charted a course for a bright new day. Across the wide internet ocean we roam, to bring all the dough to our heavenly home. So tighten the halyards and steady the wheel, with a spirit of iron and courage of steel. Soon may the Ghostman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go to the moon. She rises high, bright out beacon in the dead of night. Hold your coins with all your might and watch the fortune grow. We saw the great waves in the depths of the blue. They splashed in the water and fries in the crew. They tried to suppress us and drive down the price, but we held twice. From the forums of old to the boards of a new, the word of the Shiva like wildfire flew. It wasn't for copper, it wasn't for text, was the finest digital gamble we've met. So keep your red candles and keep your despair. There's a scent of a rally that's thick in the air. We're sailing on beams and we're sailing on hope with plenty of slack on the heavy main road. Soon may the dope man come to bring that sugar and tea and rock. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and grow. To the moon she rises high and bright, out beacon in the dead of night. Hold your arms with all your might and watch the fortune grow. Now the captain is shouting from up on the mast. The days of the pennies are things of the past. We look to the stars where the rocket will fly, tracing the golden path through the dark sky. It's much of a struggle and much of a toil, but we're more than just miners of salt and of soil. We're brothers and sisters of various lands, with digital wallets and diamonds strong. As a cheer for the Shiva and cheer for the coin, and all of these sailors come hither and join. For the ledger is written and the destiny's clear. The end of our journey is finally near. Soon may the dope men come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our kings and gold. To the Lord she rises high and bright, a beacon in the dead of night. Hold your coin with all your might and watch the fortune grow. Soon may the dope men come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. To the moon she rises high and bright, a beacon in the dead of night. Hold your coin with all your might and watch the fortune grow. Come all ye bold sailors and lend me an ear. I'll sing of a voyage that's lasted a year. We set out from harbor with hearts full of pride, with a digital treasure to carry the tide. The winds, they were fickle, the markets were cold, but we traded our silver for Sheba-faced gold. No anchor could hold us, no storm could delay, as we charted a course for a brighter new day. Across the wide internet oceans we roam, to bring all the dope to our heavenly home. So tighten the halyards and steady the wheel, with the spirit of iron and courage of steel. Sing may the Dogan man come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the trading is done, we'll take our gains and go. To the moon she rises high and bright, a beacon in the dead of night. Hold your coins with all your might and watch the fortune grow. We saw the great whales in the depths of the blue. They splashed in the water and frightened the crew. They tried to suppress us and drive down the price, but we'd held to our bounty and wouldn't think twice. From the forums of old to the boards of the new, the word of the sheep. It wasn't for copper, it wasn't for debt, 'twas the finest digital gamble we've met. So keep your red candles and keep your despair. There's a scent of a rally that's thick in the air. We're sailing on beams and we're sailing on hope, with plenty of slack on a heavy main road. Soon may the Dogan man come to bring us sugar and tea. One day when the trading is done, we'll fake our game, a beacon in the dead of night. Hold your coins with all your might and watch the fortune grow. And the shout from up the mass, the days of the pennies, of things of the past. We look to the It's much of a struggle and much of a toil, but we're more than just miners of salt and of soil. We're brothers and sisters of various lands, with digital wallets and diamond strong hands. So cheer for the Shiva and cheer for the coin and For the ledger is written and the destiny's clear. The end of our journey is finally near. So never don't get come to bring us sugar and tea. Yeah. One day when it's done, we'll take our gaze and go to the moon. She rises high and bright, peeking in the dead of night. Holds all coins with all your might and watch the vision.
Be right back. I'm gonna try to put some air in the tire.
Look, they say you can't go back, right? But the GPS is locked on a ghost town. Funny how the silence is louder than the city. Let's take a walk. I'm pulling off the exit. 14 steering with one hand. Back in the zip code where the blueprints of the man began. But the landscape shifted like tectonic plates under my feet. Starbucks where the corner store used to meet the street. And the playground, man, the sliders rusted half eaten by the weeds. Used to be the Coliseum where we sold our rebel seeds. I was quiet every night the movie set when filming stops. Even the graffiti's faded, scrubbed away by local cops. I see the porch where I sat, scribbling rhymes in a notebook. New Valley on the swing, giving me that who is he look. They don't know the floorboards creak with the weight of my past. They don't know the shadows here were never meant to last. I'm a stranger in my kingdom, a king without a throne, trying to find a heartbeat in a house that's not a home. Yeah, the map stays the same, but the ink is running thin. Wondering where the boy went under all the stickers in. Now I'm back in the driveway, you're stepping at the closed door. But the town I remember doesn't live here anymore. No, it doesn't live here anymore. No, yeah. I drive past the high school, memories hitting like a break. The locker rooms, the hallways making my stomach feel sick. Coach Miller's gone, they say he retired back in '09. Now there's a digital scoreboard, man, everything's refined. But where's the grid, where's the soul of the engine room? Everything's polished up like a shiny plastic tome. I remember the smell of the grease from the local diner. And I was a vegan bistro, could the irony be any finer? I'm looking for familiar face and not a simple hate. But everyone I knew took the first bus out of this bay. Or they stayed and got swallowed by the routine and the rust. Watching the childhood dreams slowly crumble in the dust. I'm a ghost in a hoodie hunting my own old haunts, ignoring the whispers in the cold judgmental taunts. Yeah, yeah, the map stays the same, but the ink is running thin. Wondering where the boy went under all the stickers in. Now I'm back in the driveway, stepping at the closed door, but the town I remember doesn't live here anymore. No, it doesn't live here anymore. So I put it in reverse. Maybe I was in the rear view, in the rear view. I came looking for a sign, but I didn't see a clear view. Yeah, you can take the pain, you can tear the buildings down, but you can't kill the spirit of a forgotten town. Yeah, peace. Woo. Peace, peace. Yeah, yeah. I'm pulling up the driveway where the gravel used to crunch. Now it's raining cold, that's why I got a heavy-hearted hunch that the ghost of who I was is lurking somewhere in the
Thank y'all for tuning in, hanging out. That's a little bit of what you're listening to. I'm here 6 days a week, usually from about 12 till 9 p.m. Today's a little bit different because I had to go to work today at 2:30, so I got started a little early.
Every face is stranger, every street sign is brand new, but it still smells like autumn in the sky, still the blue. I'm a relic in the J, walking fast against the tide with a backpack full of memories and nowhere left to hide. Yeah,
normally I'm running Uber Eats orders, but today they're just beating up my acceptance rate. So.
Back to the roots where shadows grow tall. Watching the writing fade away on the wall. Everything's different, but then it's the same. Nobody here even remembers my name. Yeah, it's a brand new city with the same old soul. Trying to find a piece that'll make me feel whole. Back in the zip code, back in the rain. Nothing stays steady, only the change remains.
I walked past the high school, heard the echoes of the bell. Thinking about the stories that these locker rooms could tell, but they tore down the east when built the lab computer. He used to be with, he was there. Hitting just some mad wondering. Just this land Was I running from the struggle or just running for the light? Cause the neon in this valley burns exceptionally bright. They got a Starbucks on the corner where the diner used to sit, where we talked about our dreams over coffee bit by bit. Now it's empty triple shots and people staring at the screens while I'm searching for the essence of my broken teenage dream. Yeah.
Back to the roots where the shadows go tall. Watching the rain take away on my wall. Everything's different, but the feeling's the same. Nobody here even remembers my name. Yeah, it's a brand new city with the same old soul. Trying to find the pieces that'll make me feel whole. Back in the back in the rain. Not to stay steady, only the change remains.
So I sit on the bridge over the in-state flow, watching tail lights flicker like a fire blast show. You can't go home again, that's what the poets always say. Because home is in a bliss, it's just a moment tucked away. I'm a king without a kingdom, just a traveler in transit. Yeah.
Come on.
It's the traveler in transit. Yeah.
Don't turn sick. All right.
Yeah. I'm pulling up the driveway where the gravel used to crunch. Now it's paved in cold ass, but I got a heavy-hearted hunch that the ghost of who I was is lurking somewhere in the pines. What the city expected, we drawing all the technical lines. I passed the old corner store where we used to steal the candy. Now it's a high-rise condo looking corporate and dandy. And it's crazy how the landscape shifts while you were looking out, chasing trophies in the distance, life inside a drought. I see the playground structure where I broke my collarbone. It's replaced by plastic slides and dead and gone. Every face is a stranger, every street sign is brand new. But the whistle smells like condiment, the skies to the blue. I'm a relic in a jacket, walking fast against the tide. With a back full of memory, nowhere left to hide. Yeah.
They're probably playing music in here. Alright. I swear, it's like the majority of this town, they've never seen somebody live stream in person before. It's crazy. The worst part is like I don't have like a whole setup even. Like I might at some point. It'd be nice to have like the whole like the Chinese girl setup where she got the whole robot following behind her and stuff.
Normal voltage.
I think even a selfie stick would
Waiting connection. Bluetooth connection success.
live stream and have a camera on a selfie stick and shit. Oh shit. That's good. Alright, AC. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at this. Oh my god. Where are y'all even going? Look at that. Okay, like, I can't even show you all the way, like, holy fuck. Where are y'all even going? There's nothing to even fucking do in this town but go to some place to eat. This many people are trying to get to some fucking random ass restaurant. Come on. Come on, thank you. Random ass restaurant. For sale, 3 acres commercial, 500-foot frontage. What's this one? Commercial, I don't know, didn't say. How many acres? That dude not even handicapped, parked in the handicap spot. You see a lot of that. It's kind of like, unless he's got like a mental disability or something. I don't see what the handicap is. Like, even if it was like, okay, say it's his mom's car, right? And he's got the handicap placard because it's his mom's car. Why does he think he's got the right to park there just because he's in his mom's car? You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna run inside real quick. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I see that all the time. Like, people get out of a handicap car, or you know, they're in a handicap spot, get out of the car. There's absolutely nothing fucking wrong with them. They walk with less of a limp than I do. Like I said, unless it's like a mental thing. Mental disabled. There shouldn't be music on in here. It'll be weird if there is.
And this whole thing is 150. If you buy three, they're $3. I got three. I got these chips. I'm gonna do it with my gift card. Because this gum is the best gum you could do with bubbles. I get my money. A pickle. Put it in the noodle. Oh yeah, you can go in front of me.
Gotcha.
Yep. You can do. Oh, why not? I have no issue.
Hey.
Thank you. Oh yeah. Oh, this one. Because guess what? So I looked at the No, stop. I fell asleep because my phone was on the side, and it got so because it was on the other side. When it fell on the other side of the house, so it was stuck and it was like jammed in. It had to stick it most of my raw person. It was so bad. But my ex-wife did like thank you, and she did.
Hello. Trying to get a pack of wild cherry Cheyennes.
I'm sorry.
Wild cherry Cheyennes.
Wait, is he? Yeah. Oh, she's in my outlet, my Gemini. You can see like that. What's his name?
Got you. All right, thank you, ma'am. Somebody else has been buying my cigars. Look at this tire, man. You can tell the tire's getting low too, because it's creating a wear line here when it gets low, creating a whole extra wear line. But anyway, the tread, it's got like plenty of tread on it though. There's a bunch of tread left on it. But that's why, like, I don't want to just pay another fucking $80 for another tire plus the installation and everything. That sucked. The strawberries suck too, man. The cherry are way better.
Normal voltage. Waiting connection. Bluetooth connection success.
That lady in there blaming Trump and shit. I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, man, we haven't had a good president the entire 30 years that I've been here. We haven't had a fucking actual good president yet. I don't really know if you can really get mad at any one of them in particular, because none of them really helped the situation too much. Well, that sucks. What time we got now? What time we're working with? Almost 15 minutes till noon. Day here in the bottom of the world. Dr. MJ. Somebody, guy behind me is in a race. He's nobody's ever got enough time. Oh, yep. Yeah, well, I'm gonna pull up here. And then they were trying to scoot like a cute bitch. All three lanes going the same speed. Maybe the center lane's going a little bit faster. I love it. What's the point of having 3 lanes of traffic? Everybody's just going to go the same speed, though. You can't actually use the passing lane to pass anybody. Vive la bamba koala. Well, thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time here, appreciate you stopping in and hanging out for a minute. Thank you for supporting a future real estate agent. If you're looking to buy a home or purchase land in the state of Florida in about a year from now, look me up. I might be able to get you a deal on something, and I might be able to get a paycheck out of it, which I'm currently homeless, so it could probably be a huge benefit for both of us. Hit my brake even though the light's green and the light after that is green. I'm gonna randomly hit my brake. Random braking.
He steps inside the heat where the blue flames rise. Got the ticket machine singing under fluorescent skies. Clownzilla in the building and he's running the line, turning silver into gold while he's killing the time. Every order is a mission, every play is a win. With the scars on his hands and a grin on his chin, he's the master of the chaos and the king of the floor. But when the clock strikes 12, he's out of the day. Clownzilla drinks until the stars go dim. Got the whiskey in the glass.
The middle lane's going faster than the fast lane. Oh, I made a mistake. No, they're not. As soon as I said something, they stopped. You should not have went through that light. Holy fuck, really?
Just to manage the flow from the salty to the grill. He's a beast in a cage, turning culinary pressure into rhythm.
Wow, they just ran that light. This car behind me, this blue car behind me, I don't make the same thing. We'll get their tag. I'll go 25 so he goes around me. We're gonna get his tag. Hang on. He won't have the patience to sit here about 20 minutes. Told you. Alright, here we go. We're gonna get his tag. Here we go. Just ran that last light. His tag is DR52CA. Blue Chrysler 300. Not sure what year it is.
He's the baddest gunslinger in the whole damn life.
He just ran that light right there. Oak Run. I went 200 Oak Run. He ran that light right there. If there's any police, like, I have video footage, so we might could do something about that. People gotta learn. You know? He's scared now or something. He didn't get in front of that RV like I did. He just chilled back behind it. It's kind of weird.
He stands inside the heat where the blue flames rise. Got the ticket machine singing on the fluorescent. He's running like a happy while the crickets play fit up to the rhythm of the street. I'm properly the cypress, Spanish before the daylight fades. It's a long way to the top. When I started from the ground, but there's a magic in the silence and a power in the sound. My heritage is calling like a piper in the mist. For a life that's more than existing, for a life that must persist. From the floorboards of a Corolla to the neon of the screen, I am building up a kingdom on a digital machine. The heart of Celtic iron and a story to be cool. I'll turn these muddy waters into bars of digital gold. Yes, I'm rising from the marshlands and I'm breaking every chain. Finding glory in the struggle and a beauty in the rain. So let the engines hum a melody of hope against the night. I'm headed in my future by the dashboard flickering
Damn, my
light.
acceptance rate is 33%.
Just a shadow in the outskirts of the town. I'm the king of my own story, and I'm never backing down. From the swamp to the subscriber, from the struggles to the grace, I can see the finish line. Now I can finally find my place. Watch me rise above the water, watch me fly underneath the wide open floor of sky. From the backseat to the well, I'm coming home. No way where there's one monkey have to roam.
Horsey. I've been trying to sell the house for a while.
Just to see back, switch these 18 bones. A million miles on the street and made of stones. Check the app and wait for the morning shine. Selling pieces of my soul for a nickel and a dime. Got my gym back for a shower at the sink. Trying not to let the desperation start to blink. I'm Forrest One Monkey, live from the dash, turning cold fries and coffee into digital cash. I'm talking to the limb, to the version of me that finally managed to set the spirit free.
It's crazy, like all this land is here, right here. They're not doing anything with. It's just sitting there. No for sale sign on it. Nothing.
Save my heavy soul. Look at this, scratch shucking on the corner of me. Luxury condos while we're sleeping in the rain. Did you see that guy? He didn't even use a light. Just another glitch in the middle of the night. Fewer cars rising like the tide in the bay. Calculating distance just to make the labor pay. Hey, future self, when you're goodness sin, remember how neon looked sickly and green. I'm documenting hygiene, the logistics of the dark, the quiet desperation of the public city.
These apartments right here, they just built these. They're like, you can have pets, you know, like it says right there, pet friendly. They're not too bad. But the $7.18 mile, $7.18 mile one way. Cancel that. Anyway, oh, that's ringing again. $9.14 mile as soon as I hit cancel on the other one. That's what I'm saying. They're attacking my acceptance rate. That's all they're doing. I really don't even fucking care anymore. But yeah, if it's not worth it, if it's not worth it, I ain't gonna hit yes on it. Like fucking flat out. 14 mile, $9. Do they not know how much gas is right now? But yeah, these apartments, they're like $2,000 a month for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. But yeah, like 2,000, that's more than I can even make. You know what I mean? Even if I were to say, if I'm gonna run Uber every single day and make $100 a day minimum, that's $3K every, you know. But still, right? That's hitting it every single day and doing it till I make $100. You see, it's like sometimes it's a fucking challenge. You know what I mean? I have to stop at 50 because I just don't have the patience for it. Now granted, you know, like you don't want to live off of Uber in the first place, but I'm just saying that, like in terms of practicality, Uber doesn't just, they just flat out, they don't pay enough where you can actually like think that you're gonna like live off of it. You know what I mean? Not in this area at least. But it's crazy, like the houses, you know, the housing, this is $2K for this. And then you might have to pay more because you can get like these garages or something, you know, would pay extra something, however, another. But, you know, I'm sure they have like, they have a studio option, but it's like still $1,500. Like the best, like I was looking at it, like the best deal would be to get the 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Even if you didn't have somebody to split the space with, it would still be the best deal, the most bang for your buck. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, to me it's nuts, man. But yeah, I think that they honestly they made the apartment bigger than it needed to be because they were trying to push it as like a luxury apartment, and they should just made apartment. Let's make, you know, economic apartments. And this is weird, like this, all these doctors' offices over here, but they just sit here. Like granted, it's Sunday. I could like pull around here at another time of day, probably Monday through Thursday or something. But you'll see they look just about as dead as they are right now. All these different, I don't know what these even are. All these different gastroenterology. It sounds like it's some kind of fake. But it's like, yeah, it's all like just a bunch of doctor's office suites. But it's kind of crazy how like there's nothing but old people on this side of town too. You'd think that this place would be popping, just like filled to the brim with people Monday through Friday. Well, hell. Yep, I guess it's just beat the shit out of my acceptance day. They usually do that like once a week. Let's see, we got some more quests.
Alternator sparkles in the oil between. Clocking out at 5, I'm heading to the light. Finding trading corners, let the city
Florida swamp monkey, streaming from the dash, building up a future while I'm burning through my catches. The man in a sedan with a dream of a van, documenting life the only way that I can. From the drive-through window to the back of the gym, watching as the world turns gold around him. Look at all this traffic on the coastal highway, building luxury condos, blocking up my way. Hey, future self, are you watching this cut? Keep it parked where the engine didn't want to shut. I'm zigzagging lanes just to find the left spot, avoiding the security in the grocery line. It's raw and it's unfiltered, no fancy light of gear, just the hum of the highway and the shifting of the gear on the floor.
Sorry, I don't have a straight signal. Hopefully they get the hint.
Building up a future while I'm burning through my khakis. The man
The car's too old, I don't have a straight signal.
documenting life the only way that I can. From the driveway window to the back of the gym, watching as the world turns gold around the rim. Imagine a high roof with a bed and a sink, space to sit down and a moment to think. No more sleeping in the tilt of a polyester seat. No more hiding from the law on a residential street. I'm speaking to the lens, yeah, I'm talking to you. This is how we survive, this is what we gotta do. I'm a Florida swamp monkey, streaming from the dash, bathing up the future, y'all. I'm burning from my cash, just a man in a sedan with a dream of a van, documenting life the only way that I can. From the drive-through window to the back of the gym, watching as the world comes gold around the rim. Headlight and some strive for the roadside view. Tomorrow's a new town, something different and new. Still drifting on the edge of the sunshine state. Just a monkey in the swamp, making peace with fate. Record until the battery dies out tonight, searching for the glow of the morning light. Inventory numbers scrolling on the screen, alternating spark plugs and the road in between. Clocking 95, I'm heading to.
Whoa. Yep, somebody in a BMW with a fucked up muffler. Yep. Always. Where's he heading? Marion Oaks. Oh, okay.
takes me away. Gas prices spiking, it's a zigzag line through the drive-through lane just to feel fine. Look at this truck, it deserves a sprawl. They're building a condo with the pines to the top. Look at that guy in the suit over there. He doesn't have a worry, he doesn't have a care, but he doesn't see the road through a wide lens. He doesn't know how to narrow it down. I need a high roof and a bed in the back to keep my momentum on the right track. I'm home for studio, home on the move, finding a rhythm and finding my groove. I'm talking to you from the driver's side with nothing to lose and nothing to hide.
Oh, I didn't put a thumbnail on this. Man. Got a new subscriber. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate whoever that was. Got a new subscriber. $10 14 mile. Why do y'all keep doing this? The wrong fucking McDonald's too. Because if they had sent it to this other McDonald's, I probably could have done it. It wouldn't have been that bad a trip. But they went to the wrong fucking McDonald's. Stand up next to a mountain.
Inventory numbers on the laser screen. Selling gaskets to a world that stays so clean. Locking out at 5. Just around, sit down.
Hell yeah.
The shadows grow. Setting up the tripod in the dashboard low. Hey, future me.
I apologize. If you were grooving to that, we'll be able to hear it again. I apologize.
Sweet, spicy.
Just kind of wanted to check out the rest of this video here.
Did you know that
Some
Capital One
insightful information he was given here.
for card offers with no impact to your credit score? Don't believe me?
Cost. It's usually around that same $60 range to get the ACR card, and what that is an alien registration certification. And once you get that, it is good for an entire year, but you do have to renew that every year, which I've done. I'm actually going to pick mine up the last time I was in here because mine had expired while I was in Thailand. I didn't pay attention to it because I came in April. I got my ACR card in May of 2025, and then this last time I went to renew for 2 months. It was like
Wait. Isn't his girlfriend's name April? So he came. So wait. So he just went ahead and just came in April, and that's how he worked it out. Hang on.
The last time I was in here because mine had expired, and once you get that, it is good for an entire year to get the ACR card. And what that is you have to get an ACR card, and that's mandatory if you are going to extend again after that 29-day extension. You have to get an ACR card, and that's an additional cost. It's usually around that same $60 range to get the ACR card. And what that is an alien registration certification. And once you get that, it is good for an entire year, but you do have to renew that every year, which I've done. I'm actually going to pick mine up the last time I was in here because mine had expired while I was in Thailand. I didn't pay attention to it because I came in April. I got my ACR card in May of 2025, and then this last time I went to renew for 2 months. It was like starting over. When I went to Thailand, I got my 30 days for free when I came back in, and then I extended for 29 days. They won't let you extend for more than that. And then at the end of my 29 days, it just so happened my ACR card was expired anyways, or getting ready to expire, so I went ahead and got another one. And you have to do that each year, and like I said, it's about $4,000 around that price. It's different. It's going to vary by maybe 500 pesos at different places. At different places. It could be 500 pesos cheaper at some places, or 500 pesos more.
I gotta be spending all these pesos at all these different places.
Or at some places, pesos at different places, at different places. Another one. And you have to do that each year. And like I said, it's about $4,000 around that price. It's different. It's going to vary by maybe 500 pesos at different places. It could be 500 pesos cheaper at some places, or 500,000 around that price. It's different. It's going to vary by maybe 500 pesos at different places. At different places. It could be 500 pesos cheaper at some places, or 500 pesos more at some places.
Gotcha. Yeah.
The best way to describe it is around $60 every year for the ACR card, and about $60 every 2 months if you're going to stay on a tourist visa and you're outside of Manila, which a lot of people are. And you can continue doing this for up to 3 years. You can keep renewing every two. This is why so many expats choose to stay long-term in the Philippines, is because of this reason. This is the only place in Southeast Asia that makes it this simple. And it's just, you renew every 2 months. And it's
cart narcs.
I don't know if it's less expensive than the retirement visa.
Cart narcs, that's not where the cart goes.
I mean, the cheapest one is going to be the...
Sir, come on now. You should be old enough to know better. That's not where your cart's supposed to go.
A Filipino or Filipino. That one's called... Sir. Yeah, it's...
Excuse me, sir.
The marriage visa is a 13A marriage visa. That's probably going to be the least expensive visa. You do still have... you have fees yearly.
I'm half your age, and I know that's not where your cart's supposed to go.
And with the retirement visa, you're going to have fees as well. So as far as which one is going to be the cheapest between the retirement visa and the tourist visa, I don't see much variation between the two. And you're still going to have to report, just not as often with the retirement visa. So that's why I think so many people do retire in the Philippines, is just, even though that they are retired, they do have an income.
And he's in a Corolla.
The tourist visa
Man,
is
what
so
an embarrassment to the
simplistic
Corolla.
that most people choose to do that. And a lot of people that are coming from Western...
So they finally did it. They rebooted the Ponzi. The same Ponzi we've been telling you about for a decade. The dollar Ponzi. The debt Ponzi. The number must go up or everyone defaults. Ponzi. They just gave it a new skin, new name. Same scheme. They're calling it stablecoin regulation. I'm here to tell you what it actually is. It is the Trojan horse for the dollar's last decade as the global reserve currency. It's a CBDC with a haircut and a fake mustache, and the people running it just told the entire planet out loud, on the record, that the only way to save the system is to trap you inside of it. Friday, May 1st, stablecoin agreement reached on the Clarity Act. May 14th, the Senate Banking Committee will hold an initial vote on the Crypto Clarity Act bill, the world's most expensive magic trick. Oh, we got a lot to get into. Sunday. Okay, what I'm about to walk you through, they don't want you to understand it. By the end of this video, you're going to understand it better than 99% of Congress, which is admittedly a low bar. Half of them think cold storage is what you do with leftover meatloaf. Ma, the meatloaf! Now here's the graph they don't want you to see. May 5th, 30-year Treasury yield breaches 5%. First time since last July. The 20-year also through 5. The 10-year breaking out. Translation for the normies: nobody wants our paper. Foreigners, they're dumping. Pension funds are nervous. The yuan just hit a 3-year high against the dollar. Ray Dalio, not a Bitcoiner, not one of us, but he is in the club, and Ray Dalio looked at his spreadsheets last week and said, and I quote, 2026 to 2028 is a particularly risky period. That's how billionaires say you're cooked. And on May 6th, we crossed the line. The U.S. government now owes more than the entire U.S. economy produces in a year. The whole country working, every farmer, every nurse, every Uber driver in Phoenix. The entire annual output already promised to the bondholders. So the question for the Treasury is real simple. Where do we find the next sucker? Because every Ponzi has the same problem. Bernie Madoff had this problem. Scam bankster fraud had this problem. The U.S. Treasury has this problem. Number must go up or the music stops. Enter the Clarity Act. Quick history lesson, take 90 seconds. I promise it'll save your life. 1944, Bretton Woods. First, the Allies win World War II. All the gold ends up in Fort Knox, allegedly. Every other country pegs their currency to the dollar, and the dollar pegs to gold. Sweet deal. We promised to redeem dollars for gold. They believe us. Why wouldn't they? We just liberated Paris. 1971. Nixon. 27 years of money printing later, the rest of the world finally catches on. They show up at the gold window. Pardon me, sir. My gold, please. And Nixon, on live television in front of God and country, slams the gold window shut temporarily. It's been temporary for 55 years. The dollar should have died right there, didn't it? Why? Because Henry Kissinger flew to Riyadh and made the Saudis an offer they couldn't refuse. Bretton Woods, too. The petrodollar. Price oil in dollars, recycle the dollars into treasuries, and we'll sell you weapons and defend you on your trade routes. It worked for 50 years. Now it's 2026. The petrodollar is dying. The Saudis are flirting with the yuan. Russia, China, the BRICS, they're all pricing oil and everything except dollars. The fuel for that Ponzi is running out. So what does the empire do? It does what it always does. It finds a new sucker. And this time, the sucker is everyone with a smartphone. Welcome to Bretton Woods 3.0. Here's the trick, and it's gorgeous. You gotta give them credit. Every government on Earth wants a CBDC. Look at the map. Pilots, R&D launches, every single country. Why? Because the CBDC is the most powerful tool of financial control ever invented. Negative interest rates that only kick in if you save too long. Penalties on gas purchases above your average. Rebates if you buy approved green energy. Programmable poverty. That is the dream of every central planner since Lenin. But there's one tiny problem. The plebs hate it. Citizens despise CBDCs. Bessent himself said in a congressional hearing, absolutely not to a U.S. CBDC. Politically dead.
On CBDCs, I see no reason for the U.S. to have a central bank digital currency.
So how do you build a CBDC without calling it a CBDC? You let private companies do it, and you regulate them through Congress and the Treasury. That is exactly what the Clarity Act does. Stablecoin issuers, Circle, Tether, the next 10 you've never heard of. They're not central banks, they're private cryptocurrency companies. Oh yeah, cute, adorable. Except every dollar of every stablecoin is backed by U.S. Treasuries, and every rule about how they pay rewards, how long you have to hold, what you can do with the coin, that's now written by the Treasury Department. That's not a stablecoin. That is a CBDC with a private sector mascot. And the genius of it, anyone, anywhere on Earth, Lagos, Buenos Aires, Istanbul, can hold dollars on their phone frictionlessly with rewards. Their purchasing power flows back into U.S. Treasuries. You just rebuilt the petrodollar. Congratulations, except the oil is human attention. Now the headlines, this bill bans interest on stablecoins. Every legacy reporter typed it out, slapped it on a CMS publish button and went to lunch. Did Circle's stock drop? No, it went up 20%. Why? Because the ban is cosmetic. It's a fig leaf for the banking lobby. Banks didn't want stablecoin issuers paying real savings interest because banks pay 0.01% and would like to keep it that way. So the Congress wrote in no interest on passive deposits. But they slipped in rewards tied to activity, trading, staking, holding period. Holding period. Read that again. It functions identically to interest. They just renamed it. This isn't compromise. This is KFAB. Pro wrestling. The banks win the headline, the treasury wins the war, and you, the pro holding USDC on your phantom wallet, it's a reward that looks suspiciously like the yield on a 2-year treasury minus the spread. For our friends in the C-suite. Now, if you don't believe me, fine. Bitcoiner on Bitcoiner crime. I'm biased. So let me bring in the largest corporate Bitcoin holder on planet Earth. Michael Saylor sat down with Peter McCormick last week, and he laid out the entire heist in like 3 sentences.
Only sailors use condoms.
Currency supply measured in dollars is continuing to expand, probably expanding 7% a year. It's been expanding about 7% a year for 100 years. And that currency printing goes to finance wars, foreign wars, trade wars, social programs, government deficits, any kind of political program.
7% every year for 100 years. That's not 2% target. That is a continuous, silent, multi-generational tax on anyone too poor to own assets. And nobody passed a bill for it. Nobody voted on it. There's no signature. It's just the air that we breathe.
It's true that people that don't own assets are suffering from that monetary debasement without realizing it, for the most part.
Without realizing it. That's the whole game right there. The brilliance of fiat is the tax is invisible. If the IRS sent you a letter saying, "Dear citizen, we're taking 7% of your savings this year to pay for a war you didn't vote for, and a banker's yacht," you'd march on DC with a pitchfork. But because they do it through the printer, you don't even see it. You just notice you can't afford a house.
Human capital is getting demonetized. You know, and that's really the lesson, which is, if you think the glass beads are money and someone comes along with gold, then the glass beads get demonetized and you'll be poor if you hold on to them. It used to be that people that were big and strong that could, you know, work in a farm field had value, and then the machines came along, and it's like, no matter how strong and how hardworking you are, you're not as hardworking as a tractor, so that's not interesting to me anymore. And I think you see the progression of waves. So today, what you want to do is make sure that, you know, you're not in the critical path of what the AIs can automate in the white collar world. And you don't want to be in the critical path of what the robots can automate in the blue collar world. You got about 10 years before the robots arrive.
10 years. Sailor doesn't say things lightly. The man speaks in 100-year time horizons, and he just told you and Peter and 361,000 viewers and counting, you've got 10 years to stake your claim, because here's what's coming. The currency is debasing 7% a year. On average, robots are about to demonetize white-collar work. AI just demonetized lawyers, accountants, and copywriters. Your wages, the thing you trade your one finite life for, are racing in a sack race against a Ferrari. And the Ferrari has a turbocharger called the Fed. So what do you do? Well, I'm about to give you the deepest.
Yep, they're still just attacking my acceptance rate. $9 12 mile. They want me to take this road that I'm sitting here in front of, basically. Go all the way down past the interstate, grab some stuff from that McDonald's on the other side of the interstate, and then bring it to a house. Like, you know, like 12 mile, $9. Yeah. Versus just giving it to somebody that's like over there already. Because there's got to be a driver that's over there already. Didn't give you enough room to get in your truck? Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I don't know how much longer the show's going to be. I got to clock in at 2:30, and all they're doing is beating up my acceptance rate.
Recognize our sponsors powering this show. Oh, yeah. Say it ain't so. Look at our likes.
3 or 4 times, maybe. I gotta pump those numbers out. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
You can secure your generational wealth the right way. You're going to want to see our friends over at the Bitcoin Way. Not your keys, not your Bitcoin. If your Bitcoin is on an exchange It's in MSTR, STRC, it's in IBIT, whatever. That's not your Bitcoin. That's Coinbase's. Or Larry thinks the Bitcoin can be seized, frozen, restricted, you name it, all at the drop of a hat. Bitcoin held in self-custody cannot be frozen, seized, or restricted. The Bitcoin way sets you up with ironclad self-custody, proper hardware, your own node, full on-chain verification, so your Bitcoin is actually yours. Their team guides you through the entire setup step by step, and they can help with privacy phones, Plan B residency, and so much more. No single point of failure is standing between you and your generational wealth. Book your free 30-minute consultation right now. Scanning that QR code or clicking the link in the show notes and begin your journey towards sovereignty today. The Bitcoin way, Bitcoin-backed loans. You keep your stack, you get cash, and you repay whenever you want. Zero penalties, zero monthly payments, and right now, Ledden just dropped their lowest rates ever. No fine print, no complexity. The larger the loan, the lower the rate, and you see every number up front before you even apply. Here's why I trust them personally. Your Bitcoin is custodied at all times, never let out for interest. You get auto top-up protection, LTV alerts, and partial repayment options, so you stay in control through any market condition. Clients' funds have .io description. Go ahead, check that out, read it. But he said this, it's pretty sharp. What actually drives the masses of human society either forwards in its progress where number go down or backwards in its regression where number goes up is the underlying supreme governor of all, the monetary policy. Read that twice. The dirty secret of this entire civilization is that under fiat debt money, the money you and I are forced at gunpoint to use, number must go up. Prices must rise. Why? Because if prices fell, debts would become unpayable in real terms. The whole pyramid implodes. The Cantillon class, the people closest to the printer, they'd actually have to work for a living. And we can't have that. So the system has to engineer deflationary brakes. Forteza names them. Energy choke points, regulatory thickets, welfare, credentialism, war, bread and services, endless distraction. You know what every single one of those is? They're not bugs. They are features. The system is what it does. The system is not anti-progress. It's anti-rapid, unmonopolized progress, because rapid progress makes things cheaper, and cheaper kills the Ponzi. Innovation that the quintillionaires can't capture is a threat to monetary policy. That's why every great innovation gets strangled. That's why nuclear is illegal. That's why the FDA exists. That's why your kid's school taught them about pronouns instead of compound interest. That's why the wars never end. That's why the universities cost $250,000 to teach you Marx. Number must go up, or the cabal eats itself. That's the entire show. That's the whole movie. So what's the move? Well, Saylor told McCormick this.
Bitcoin simply represents the highest form of capital that the human race has yet to discover.
Listen, gold worked. Gold worked for 5,000 years. Gold won against silver, copper, against glass beads. But gold lost to the modern economy in one specific way. Gold cannot teleport. You cannot move $10 billion of gold across an ocean in an hour. You can't defend it from a state that wants to seize it. You can't put it on your phone. Bitcoin can. Bitcoin is scarce, desirable property that you can move at the speed of light. Bitcoin is the first asset in human history with a fixed supply and zero physical jurisdiction. You can carry it in your head. You can move it across borders with 12 words. You can self-custody. No bank, no government, no permission slip. Here's the part that should keep Besant up at night. Stablecoins funnel global purchasing power into treasuries. Bitcoin funnels global purchasing power out of treasuries. They're economic opposites. Stablecoins are a methadone clinic for the dollar. Bitcoin is the cure. Every dollar of stablecoin demand is a dollar that is not in Bitcoin. And every dollar in Bitcoin is a dollar the Treasury can never tax, seize, inflate away. That's why they need this bill so badly. That's why Besant is on TV every week begging Congress to pass it. They're losing, and they know it. Bretton Woods 1 fell in 1971. Bretton Woods 2, the petrodollar, is dying right now in front of all of us. Bretton Woods 3, the stablecoin Trojan horse, is being walked through the gates this week. But here's the part they're not telling you. Bretton Woods 3 is not the new system. It is the panic button reboot of the old system. Real money is not running on the Treasury's permission. Real money runs on hash power, not handshakes. Real money is digital, scarce, stateless. They have 10 years, maybe. You have 10 years, definitely. Stake your claim. Oh, and if you're serious about Bitcoin mining, there's one event you need to be at this summer. Mining Disrupt 2026, Miami, July 21st through the 23rd. This is the conference for miners, hardware makers, energy companies, and anyone building real
Mining
Bitcoin
Disrupt's gonna be in
infrastructure.
Miami?
Keynotes, panels, massive expo floor. The deals that shape this industry happen here. Use promo code SimplyBitcoin for 20% off your tickets at miningdisrupt.com, and we'll see you in Miami. Hope you all enjoyed this one. Let us know what you think
Hell
down
yeah.
below. If you got value from the show, subscribe, give us a pant.
They
We're
already
dropping
know.
news and coverage, analysis, memes, 7 days a week. So set those notifications and share this with one of those normies in your life who still thinks the system is fine. Tell them they have 10 years. I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Peace.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That wasn't too bad, man. Mining Disrupt's gonna be in Miami this year. Holy shit. Well, hell. That's what he's saying here.
Get $100 back
I'm not gonna
in bonus if you're down after your first day. How's that for a show?
Hello. Thank you guys for having me today. I'll be filling in for Caroline today, obviously. So I'll have a brief remarks here, and then we'll get to your questions. As you know, over the weekend, the president announced this Project Freedom, and the goal of it is to, frankly, if you want to talk about it, it's to rescue like almost 23,000 civilians from 87 different countries that are trapped inside of the Gulf and left for dead.
Wow.
In the Persian Gulf by this Iranian regime. You know, for more than 2 months now, these innocent sailors and commercial crew members have been stranded out at sea because Iran is conducting something that's not just criminal. It's criminal for sure, but it's desperate and destructive, this blockade of the Straits of Hormuz. Nations from around the world, the overwhelming majority of whom are not even engaged in any military hostilities,
anything to do with it.
are now at risk not just of losing their cargo, but the lives of their own citizens because of this blockade.
Yep.
These ships, you know, you don't leave a ship out there for this long. You start running out of food. You start running out of potable water,
Yeah.
essential supplies, and they're at the mercy of this piracy. So what it is, it's piracy. And not only that, but some of them have seen, you know, been open fire on and rained down senseless attacks on several
Yeah, I've
civilian
seen
ships
videos of
already.
this.
So frankly, the way to put it, these are innocent bystanders. These are countries that, and ships and so forth that have nothing to do with any of this, and nonetheless are being caught in the middle of it and being held hostage merely because Iran could do that, just because of, just as the regime brutally slaughtered tens of thousands of their own citizens for the crime of peaceful protest, because they're unhappy with the quality of life or the lack of quality of life in Iran today. And so they're sitting ducks. They're isolated, they're starving, they're vulnerable. And at least 10 sailors have already died as a result of the civilian sailors.
Holy
So
shit.
already many nations privately and some publicly have asked the United States to help free their ships and to restore freedom of navigation in the Straits of Hormuz and the critical artery of global trade.
Good.
And so President Trump, as
Great.
he always does, stepped up and answered the calls for their help. And he's directed the United States military to guide these stranded ships to safety, to provide a protective bubble under which they can operate and move products and get themselves out of there. And
The
out of harm's
gaze for
way.
Hormuz.
And this is the first step towards reopening the strait and bringing this regime's last-ditch act of economic arson, bringing that to a close. We're doing it not only because we were asked, but because we're the only ones who can. We have the power to sort of take the steps that we've taken now. Under this president, under President Trump, the United States will help our.
So like both of like 2 out of my top 5 YouTubers had to make that joke. the gay Hormuz. I mean, yeah. I would almost, almost feel disappointed if 2 of the top 5 didn't make that joke. Gay. What about the gays of Hormuz?
Friends, we're going to stand up to rogue regimes like the one in Tehran, and we're going to be unashamed to use our power and our abilities to project military power in the service of our national interest above all else. Now, what's really important for you to report and for everyone to understand is this is not an offensive operation. This is a defensive operation. What that means is very simple. There's no shooting unless we're shot at first. Okay, we're not attacking them. But if they're attacking us or they're attacking a ship, you need to respond to that.
Big balls.
You're not going to let some fast boat come up on the ship and shoot it up. We're going to respond to it, and we've been successful at it. I don't know what the exact number is, but I know a number of those fast boats have now been targeted, and will continue to be. If they pose a threat to our forces, we'll shoot down drones, we'll shoot down missiles, but it's defensive in nature. This is defensive. So if you hear stories about attacks and launching of firing back and forth, it's not back and forth. We are only responding if attacked first. This is a defensive operation, and that's what's occurring here. Just about the importance of the Straits for a moment. This is approximately a quarter of the world's oil trade, along with significant volumes of fuel and fertilizer that operate through the Straits of Hormuz. The Iranian regime cannot be allowed to dictate who uses this vital waterway. I don't think this is also being reported enough. Maybe you are reporting. I don't read everyone. I don't make damn outlets here. I don't know who you all are, but I mean, I know who some of you are, but I don't know all of you are. But I will say this about it. This is an international waterway. Okay, this is an international waterway. And international law is very clear, and I love it because everybody always talks about international law, and this international law on this is very clear. International waterways, no country can control them. There is no international law that allows you to say, I'm going to put mines in an international body of water, and I'm going to blow up ships that don't listen to us and try to go through. That's what Iran is doing. This is a criminal act. And someone needs to do something about it. Something needs to be done. It's completely illegal, completely illegitimate, and completely unacceptable. And that's why the United States military is guiding stranded commercial ships safely through the strait and is working to restore freedom of navigation and putting an end to these efforts to hold the global economy hostage. So far, as a proof of concept and as a proof of function, 2 U.S. flag merchant ships have successfully transferred the Strait of Hormuz in the first stages of this project, and they're now safely on their way.
Great.
The U.S. military is deploying the necessary assets to extend this defensive umbrella over commercial shipping. But there should be no mistake. And as I said this already, this is a defensive operation. I want to reiterate.
All right. Well, I don't think nothing's gonna happen on this Uber. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to hold you up or nothing. I don't know, but just ain't shit happening here. Nothing but my acceptance rate going even lower. Let's see, where's that now? 29%. Wow. I might as well just let it go all the way down to 0 at this point. 29% acceptance rate. But anyway, I think I'm just gonna take a nap for a minute, maybe half-hour nap even. I appreciate you hanging out, man. Like I said, I gotta clock in here and work in about an hour and a half, so try to get like a half-hour nap or something like that. Relax for a minute. Appreciate you hanging out, though. Peace.